Welcome to episode 42 Boomer Guitar Sessions. Today we asked a question, what are jazz chords? Okay, jazz chords. Back in the day when all you played was rock or country or whatever, jam band, I don't know. Those guys had certain chords that they used and they never went outside. In the last couple months, I've seen, I don't know how many bands that are absolutely have their chord vocabulary is well expanded into jazz realms, and lots of pop music comes out that has these really unrocking things, but they're completely beautiful chord voicings and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so what I am here to say, the first thing is that the idea of a jazz chord is an outdated term in 2024 because they appear in lots of different kinds of music. Okay, they don't appear in heavy metal, probably don't appear in punk rock, but they appear in lots of music. So with that said, we're not going to go with it with the approach that the only thing that they are good for is jazz. So what we're going to talk about today is the idea of a jazz chord, what we called a jazz chord before, what it meant back 1983 is anything that was like a major seven, a diminished chord, maybe a diminished seventh, maybe a minor 9 or a 13. All those things were jazz chords. Okay, so until we learned the Hendrix chord escaped being a jazz chord because we pinned it on Jimi Hendrix to use this chord in his playing. And he made it like, it is kind of like a jazz chord, but it got swallowed up into his style, and as a result, lots of people borrowed from it. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take our first step into getting some sort of vocabulary coming together on how to take our big toe into the pool of how do I get some of these voicings together. Okay, for example, major sevens, minor sevens, and dominant sevens, and also the idea of the tool that's going to get you there really quick. And it's going to be real fun. It's called shell voicings. Now, what shell voicings are, they take the most important notes of the chord, with the guide tone notes, which are the thirds and sevenths, and they combine it with the root, and that's the shell of your chord. Okay? Fifths aren't essential, like they're great and all, but they don't define the chord like thirds and sevens. So thirds are major from minor, sevenths are major seven from dominant seven. Okay, so there are six shell voicings, two chords or two voicings for each chord group. So for example, if I have that is my major seven, form 1 shell voicing. Okay, so all you will have to do in this lesson, nothing more, nothing less, all you have to do is learn 6 simple chord voicings. And the PDF of this is going to be in the comments below. So anyway. So that's your major 7 shell. So this is your root, this is your 7, this is your third. Okay, and you can look at the chord diagram, that's why it's there. If we went to form 2, it looks like that. All right. So those are your shells of the major 7 chord. Now, the major 7 chord, the opposite, like in music, a lot of times we think of the opposite of major is minor. So if we had a minor 7, that would be like this. Okay, that is your root, that is your flat 7, that is your flat 3. So it's the guide tones plus the root. Minor 7 form 1, minor 7 form 2, root, flat 3, 7th. Again, look at the PDF in the comments below, tagged in the comments below. All right, for fingerings. If you can't get this, all right. Okay, we have one more. So we have your major sounds, you have minor sounds. That's the Hendrix chord animation. Third sound, dominant. Dominant is your bluesy, dominant is your funky, dominant is your it is your flat 7 in your major 3rd and your root. Okay, so this is your form 1 dominant, which is your root, your flat 7, your major 3rd. Your form 2 dominant is this shell voicing. This is your root, this is your 3rd, this is your flat 7. Now this is a key thing. That's one of the things that jazz players got right. They knew what the function of every note in their chord was, because if I want to go from a dominant 7 to a minor 7, all I got to do is change the 3rd to a flat 3. Okay. If I want to go dominant 7 to major 7, all I have to do is make the flat 7 a 7. There's a 6, by the way, but anyway. So these are 3-note voicings. All right, now things we can do with dominant chords. Okay, first off, just say, let's just go to a 1 chord, to a 4 chord. Dominant chords love chromatic movement. So it's 3rds, 7ths, and roots. All right, so in a future lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to apply this stuff. So this stuff can be used interchangeably with lots of other kinds of chordal ideas. So if I go, it can all kinds of ideas. Sky's the limit. So until next time, I want you to enjoy the process. I appreciate you, and I know you can do this. And tell 50 of your closest friends about what we're doing here, what I'm doing here. I'll see you later. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember,